Welcome back to Diecast Resurrection. In today's video, we're going to do a sweet paint job on this beast Corvette. I didn't get a chance to look into it yet, but a couple of you guys said in the comments that you could get these from McDonald's back in the day. That's pretty awesome. They don't give out toys like this anymore. So why don't we get cracking on this? I haven't posted in a few days. I know some of you guys have been concerned. I'll show you one of the reasons why. I've been working on our little Porsche that was covered in all that questionable DNA. This is it. I'm gonna have to redo it again because I've been having a couple little issues. I don't know if my decal paper's been going sideways or I don't know what's been going on, but I did a super good job of making sure that these were all completely pressed down and dry, but somehow I still got some bubbles, and that's a bad one. That's a terrible bubble. I'm kind of digging the colors on this Corvette, but I want to redo it. So I'm thinking we're going to do a paint job that's similar to that Mustang we did the other day that had the aqua and the black, except I want to keep these colors original. I want to do a red flame on a yellow car, but we're just going to do it way better. Ooh, we got spider webs. Breathe, my child. Yeah. Little spider nest in there. Check out this red dirt, hey? I don't have dirt like that around here. Kind of reminds me of like Idaho potato dirt. But that must feel good. That thing hasn't been opened up in like 30 years. So for paint job, what I'm thinking is, so we're going to do like a beautiful red sparkly candy. We'll go crazy with it. As many sparkles and flakes as I can find, I'm going to throw at it. And then we'll mask off our flames, and then we'll paint this car this nice yellow, and we're going to just gloss it. So I'm not going to have any sparkles at all on the yellow, and the flames will just be like outrageous. So I kind of want to keep it somewhat factory so that we remember which car it was, and I think that's going to be real cool. I worked on some cool stuff over the week, and unfortunately none of the cars made it to video because I had some problems. I have a couple videos I'm going to have to go back and try to complete after I redo the cars. So that's why today's project, you know, it's kind of basic. It's going to look fancy. This thing's going to be super fancy, but there isn't going to be any decals or anything. That's what I was struggling with, was the decals. So we're going to just go back to the roots, and we're going to just do one that's all paint and get away from the decals for a day because George was just getting angry. Get this all spiffed up. We're going to start with, I think, some silver sealer because that always gives us a nice kind of a sparkly base coat to go below our candy. And then I think I'm going to do the candy, and then I'm going to spray both Cosmic Sparkle and Hot Rod Sparkle in whatever complementing colors I can find with red. And hopefully that's enough to just make these flames just like glimmering and sparkling. So I'm hoping on the rotisserie when it's turning, you know, looking at the back, it's like just boring, yellow, yellow. And then when the flames start hitting the light, it's just sparkly goodness. That's what I'm picturing in my mind. I just noticed our hood is a little bit bulged out. You see right between the headlights? See that shadow that's appearing? That's precisely where the post is. So when the machine did its little to squish this car together, that post created a little bit of a bump in our hood. You can see it there. It's kind of domed up. I'm going to see if we can knock that back down again. And I think we'll try with the center punch. See if we can knock that bump back down there. Using a little bit of this. That's better. I was able to take that down quite a bit. I hit it a couple times with the old center punch. I'm sure we wouldn't have noticed it once it was painted. But now it's a lot better. You can see that little shadow's gone. Alright, that's all fixed up. It's feeling good. It's looking good. Why don't we mix up a little bit of red here? I'll grab some, what do we got? We got Dirt Track Brown. I got some Blood Red. Got some Brandywine. And maybe we'll throw in, we're going to just make a hodgepodge of all my reds. And hopefully it's sweet. And we even got some Sunset Magenta we'll throw in there. Blood Red will be our main base. What's this? Brandywine. That's a real nice one. Maybe we'll do half Brandywine, half Blood Red. Dirt Track Brown has darker tones. So just put in a couple drops of that. And then Magenta's got lighter tones. We'll put in that much magenta. And we are left with the creation. I don't know what that's going to look like once it's all glossy, but we're just going to go with it. We're going to just call it Hodgepodge Red. So why don't we head to the spray booth and we'll give it a try, see what it looks like. I'm excited. I just finished spraying our red, and now I was going to do our sparkle coat. And so what I ended up with is this little cup just looks like a bunch of, well, you know what it looks like. What I did is I took Cosmic Sparkle Red, Hot Rod Sparkle Red, Hot Rod Sparkle Silver Spectrum, and I used some of this Flare Color Shift, just a teeny bit, which is kind of just a rainbow. You can see it kind of just does like a lens flare whenever you look at it. This is Flare Silver Spectrum. So I put all of these products into this little cup and we spray that over our candy. Here's our Corvette. You can't really see the sparkles too well just because of the way I'm filming, but that's okay. We'll save them for the reveal. So I want to give this all a good scuff before we start laying down our flames pattern. Gonna hit up the Scotch spray. Scuff up that nice clear coat we just put on there. Before we get going on this, I want to show you this cool car I found. I was digging through the bins. I had a good laugh. I don't normally pay attention to Indy cars, but when I saw this one had no fear tampos on it, I had a good laugh because this was my exact generation. We had no fear shirts and it was kind of like a cool brand. So this is an actual Hot Wheels casting, 1992. So yeah, I would have been like 10 years old when this thing came out. So it's right in my wheelhouse. Pretty sweet, eh? Alrighty, let's start on some flames here. So I'm using the same pattern that we used on that Mustang from last week, possibly the week before. I made these a little bit larger though, just because we have such a long hood. Thinking we should at least... Thinking that would probably be a good start. What do you guys think? Ask your opinion like you can answer. Something like that. Are we committing? I think I'm going to commit right there. I would have liked to come a little bit further down there, but it's just the nature of my pattern. You know how square and blocky it is back here. There's just no way to like make it flow nicely. So we're kind of at the mercy of the design of the flames on this one. But this part should look pretty good. These are my vinyl masking strip sheets. At the bottom I usually cut out a whole bunch of little circles that I can use for various things. So I'm going to see if I got enough little circles to save myself some red candy tail lights. Perfect. There, hopefully that looks cool. I guess we'll see in a minute. Boop. I'm going to try to go for that exact same color, so maybe a drop and a half. I think we're about there. It's a little bit bright on your screen, but trust me, I'm a doctor. You know, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about peeling the flames on this one. I'm a little scared. I had to stop kind of halfway through and put a little bit more orange in that paint. We were just ending up with a super yellow car. So we got some of them orange tones back in there, so I'm happy with that, but the paint went on a little bit thick, so... Oh, I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. To the front, check things out. Even though I just painted this, it's already, you know, dry to the touch. We can handle it. And that's the good thing about using these water-based paints, is they're pretty much dry by the time you get out of the spray booth. Oh, I got a little bit of overspray there. I'm going to have to sand out, but that's okay, because luckily we put some clear coat over our red candy, so I'll be able to clean up any little issues. Ooh, it's looking pretty wild. Like I said, this little piece right there, it's kind of in no man's land. I might just have to sand that little piece out there, but the rest is looking pretty good. And once this thing's clear coated, then it's really going to look like something. It's kind of like a red candy Corvette coming out of just a plain boring orange Corvette. So it might look real good. Let's have a look at these taillights. Sweet, that worked out good. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time to dry, and then I think I'm going to give this a little bit of a scuff, because I did so many coats of that yellow just because I wasn't getting my orange color I wanted. They're raised up quite a bit, and I can feel it. So I'm going to try to just lightly knock those down just a little bit before I go and clear coat the whole thing. Just about ready to do an assembly here. Here's our base. I found a set of wheels that are in a little bit better shape than what I had on there, except one wheel's missing a little bit of chrome, so we're going to touch up that. These other ones are factory, so they're in pretty good shape. I just want to touch up that one. Wheels are looking good. Base is looking good as new, better than new, because it wasn't painted before. So we're just waiting on the body, and I decided to put it in the old paint oven for an extra half an hour. So maybe I'll just go check if it's ready, and if so, then we'll do a quick assembly, and then we'll do the reveal. Okay, sounds good. Dude, this thing's pretty sweet. Let me get this up on a rotisserie, and we'll have a proper look at her. So here's our Corvette. What do you guys think of this creation? I know it's not that far off of the original, but it's kind of like an upgrade on an old idea. I like how there's a huge difference in the paint jobs between the red and the yellow. You know, one just being plain old opaque and the other one being like outrageous red. Turned out pretty cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I haven't been posting a lot lately, and it's mostly because I've struggled on my last couple projects and I didn't get the videos completed. I got to redo one of the cars. Another project got completely scrapped. So tonight and tomorrow I'll be working on getting all the eBay cars packed up and shipped. Thank you to everyone who participated in the auctions. It was a great success. We raised a bunch of money for the channel, which is awesome. I can finally buy some wheels, and I'll probably buy some more mom and pop gasser decal packages and whatever else I can think of. Might even get another airbrush. We'll see. I'll keep you guys informed, and I'll be back in a day or so with another video. So take care. Keep your stick on the ice. Take care. I'll see you in a day or so. Bye now.